Imagine your company is running out of cash. The market has collapsed. Your best people are scared. Every option will hurt someone. And the whole team is looking at you as if leadership means you must know the answer. But you do not. That is the world inside The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. Most business advice explains how to set a bold goal, hire talented people, and build a great culture. Useful ideas, sure, but Horowitz starts where those books usually stop. The hard thing is laying people off after missing the bold goal. It is replacing a loyal friend who can no longer do the job. It is walking into a room with no good choice and still making one. So what does a leader do when the recipe runs out? Horowitz learned this while building LoudCloud during the dot-com collapse. The company had grown quickly, raised money, and entered the public market. Then customers disappeared and cash burned away. At one point, he asked himself a brutal question. What would I do if the company went bankrupt? His answer surprised him. He would buy the software LoudCloud had created to automate data centers and build a new company around it. Wait a second. If that was the best idea after bankruptcy, could he do it before bankruptcy? That question led to a painful transformation. LoudCloud's services business was sold to EDS. Many employees left or were laid off. The remaining company became Opsware. It was not a clean success story. It was survival through a decision nobody wanted to make. Horowitz calls that psychological territory the struggle. The struggle is when the dream becomes a problem you cannot escape. People stop returning calls. Employees question the plan. You wake up at 3 in the morning replaying every decision, and each piece of bad news feels like proof that you were never qualified. I like that he does not romanticize this. Suffering does not automatically make a founder wise. The struggle can produce greatness, but it can also break a person and a company. The practical response is smaller than a motivational speech. Stop lying to yourself. Put the real problem in front of the smartest people you have. Make the next decision. Have you ever made a problem heavier by carrying it entirely inside your own head? This connects to one of the book's strongest lessons. CEOs should tell it like it is. When a company is in trouble, leaders often soften the message because they fear panic. But the people closest to the work usually know something is wrong. Vague optimism does not calm them. It teaches them that leadership cannot be trusted. Truth does 3 useful things. It brings more minds into the search for an answer. It lets bad news travel upward before the damage grows. And it stops everyone wasting energy maintaining a story they already know is false. Now, honesty does not mean broadcasting every anxious thought. A leader still explains what is known, what remains uncertain, and what happens next. But think about that. A frightening fact can be worked on. A comforting fiction cannot. Then come the decisions that affect real lives. Layoffs, firing an executive, demoting a friend, or replacing someone who worked incredibly hard. Horowitz refuses to hide those moments behind corporate language. When layoffs are unavoidable, the company failed to meet its plan. The people losing their jobs should not be made to feel that they personally caused leadership's mistake. Managers need to speak directly with their own teams, explain the decision clearly, and treat people leaving with dignity. Firing an executive requires another layer of honesty. Was this truly a bad person, or did the company hire for the wrong role, fail to define expectations, or outgrow the executive's strengths? Pain may be unavoidable. Humiliation, confusion, and delayed responsibility often are not. How a leader handles the worst day may reveal more than years of value statements. Horowitz gives leaders a simple order. Take care of the people, the products, and the profits. In that order. The sequence matters. Without strong people, the product decays. Without a strong product, profit becomes temporary. But putting people first is not free snacks or avoiding difficult feedback. It means creating a place where talented people can actually do good work. In a healthy organization, people can focus on customers and problems. In a bad one, they spend their energy reading politics, chasing unclear decisions, protecting territory, and managing the moods of executives. Which environment does your team create on an ordinary Tuesday? That question is more revealing than the benefits page. A good workplace is not one where nothing hurts. It is one where unnecessary organizational friction does not consume the people you hire to solve real problems. Training is part of that responsibility. Many startups act as if training belongs to slow, old companies. Hire smart people, give them freedom, and let them figure it out. Sounds efficient, but what happens when every manager invents a different way to interview, run a one-on-one, evaluate performance, or deliver feedback? Confusion becomes culture by default. Horowitz argues that managers should be trained in the actual work the company expects them to do. A regular one-on-one is not a status report for the manager. It should be a place where the employee can raise concerns, test ideas, and discuss problems that would otherwise remain hidden. Here's the strange part. Companies will train someone to use an expense system, then give them responsibility for 10 human beings with almost no preparation. One of the most useful ideas in the book is management debt. Technical debt is familiar. Take a shortcut in the code today, and you may repay it later with interest. Management debt works the same way. Give someone a title just to stop them leaving. Avoid a performance conversation. Create 2 overlapping teams because choosing one leader feels uncomfortable. Tolerate a brilliant employee who treats everyone badly. The immediate pressure disappears. Then the bill arrives as politics, confusion, damaged standards, and people who no longer believe the rules are fair. Now ask yourself, what future obligation am I creating with this convenient decision today? Not every shortcut is wrong. Sometimes you knowingly borrow. The danger begins when everyone forgets that the debt exists and the organization quietly restructures itself around avoiding repayment. Culture is shaped by those decisions more than by words on a wall. If a high performer repeatedly humiliates colleagues and still receives the biggest promotion, the real company value is obvious. Results excuse behavior. If bad news damages the messenger's career, people learn to hide information. If titles are handed out to whoever threatens to leave, ambition turns political. Horowitz makes an important distinction between ambition for the company and ambition for yourself. Strong leaders want the organization to win, even when somebody else gets the credit. Political leaders treat every decision as a move in their own career. Which kind of ambition does the reward system encourage? Culture is not what leaders hope people believe. It is what employees learn by watching who succeeds, who gets protected, and what behavior produces consequences. What happens when the company faces an existential threat? Horowitz distinguishes between peacetime and wartime leadership. In peacetime, the company has a strong advantage and a growing market. Leaders can expand opportunities, develop people, and allow broader experimentation. In wartime, survival is uncertain. Focus narrows. Decisions move faster. The leader may need tighter control because one unresolved threat can end the company. The distinction is useful, but it can be abused. Some leaders enjoy declaring permanent war because urgency gives them permission to ignore people and dominate every decision. Real wartime leadership is not constant aggression. It is clarity about the threat, the mission, and the sacrifices required. Are you truly in a war for survival? Or has emergency simply become your management style? Wartime creates a dangerous fantasy, the silver bullet. When Opsware struggled against a competitor, the team searched for one brilliant partnership or feature that might solve everything at once. An experienced engineering leader gave Horowitz a less exciting answer. Their server was much slower. There was no magical fix. They needed a lot of lead bullets. In other words, improve the product, repair the sales process, talk to customers, fix performance, sharpen positioning, and keep doing the unglamorous work. This idea applies far beyond startups. When results fall, we become vulnerable to dramatic solutions because ordinary improvements feel too small. But think about your own work. Are you waiting for a new tool, one viral post, or one perfect hire to rescue a system whose basics still need attention? Another brutally useful phrase in the book is, "Nobody cares." It sounds harsh, but the point is responsibility. Your team may be exhausted. The market may be unfair. A competitor may have more money. Every explanation may be completely true. Customers still experience the product they receive. Employees still need leadership. The result still belongs to the person responsible for producing it. This does not mean circumstances are irrelevant or people should work without limits. It means explanations cannot become a substitute for action. Here is a good test. After describing everything that made the situation difficult, can you still answer, "What do we do now?" Strong leaders make room for the facts, including unfair ones, and then return attention to the part they can influence. All of this depends on the leader's ability to manage their own psychology. Horowitz calls it the most difficult CEO skill. You cannot eliminate fear. You can stop your fear from becoming the company's operating system. That means separating facts from the catastrophe playing in your head. It means seeking advice without turning the decision into a vote. It means admitting uncertainty while still giving the organization direction. Wait a second, does courage actually require confidence? Not really. Confidence expects a good outcome. Courage acts responsibly even when the outcome remains unclear. A leader can feel afraid, doubt the plan, and still make a thoughtful decision because waiting is also a decision. Leadership begins when fear is allowed into the room but no longer gets the final vote. The hard thing about hard things never gives us 10 steps that guarantee a successful company. That is its deeper point. Leadership begins where the recipe ends. Still, several habits make the hard moments less destructive. Tell the truth early. Put the real problem in front of capable people. Train managers before chaos forces them to improvise. Track management debt. Take responsibility for painful decisions. Know whether the company is in peacetime or wartime. Fire lead bullets before begging for a miracle. And protect your mind well enough to keep deciding. Which conversation have you postponed because there is no comfortable version of it? Try separating the pain you cannot avoid from the extra damage caused by delay. Those are not the same thing. Sometimes waiting feels compassionate only because somebody else is quietly paying the cost. Here is a practical way to use the book. Write down one decision you are avoiding. Then answer 4 questions. What fact am I refusing to say out loud? Who is paying the price while I wait? What would I decide if protecting my own reputation were removed from the equation? And how can I communicate the decision without hiding behind vague language? This exercise will not guarantee the right answer. Nothing can, but it exposes the emotional reasons we keep pretending there is more time. And after the decision, stay in the room. Hear the reaction. Correct what you got wrong. Help people move forward. Making the announcement is not the end of responsibility. It is often the beginning. That may be the hardest part. Leadership is not escaping the consequences of a choice. It is remaining present for them. My biggest takeaway is that good leadership does not always look inspiring from the inside. Sometimes it looks like telling people a truth you wish were different, replacing someone you care about, choosing survival over the original plan, doing 100 small repairs instead of announcing one dazzling solution. The best available decision may still hurt. The leader's job is to make it honestly, explain it clearly, and stay present for what comes next. What do you think is harder, making the painful decision or telling the team the full truth about it? Leave your answer in the comments, and tell me which book you would like to explore next. This channel turns the world's most valuable books into clear ideas you can understand and use, one book at a time. One book, 10 minutes. Better you.